Hello. In this tutorial I'm going to demonstrate how to convert a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation into Adobe Captivate 6. Captivate has so many features it would take me a lot longer than 10 minutes to discuss them all. You can create your own presentations in Captivate without using PowerPoint, but for brevity's sake I'm just going to show you how to import a PowerPoint and then how to edit it from there. If you don't have PowerPoint, you can just choose blank project and then you can still follow along in this tutorial. So the first thing that you're going to do is when you launch Adobe Captivate, you have several different selections to choose from, but you're going to choose from Microsoft PowerPoint. A dialog box will open from which you can select your PowerPoint wherever you have it saved. And I'm going to choose this PowerPoint that I already have saved to my computer called Cats. It will take a few moments to convert the file. A dialog box will appear that's going to show you the PowerPoint that you're attempting to import, and from this dialog box you can choose which slides you want to import. You can decide if you don't want to include certain slides. You can just deselect them here. You can tell it select all or clear all, and you have options such as advancing the slide on the mouse click or if the slides will advance automatically. You can also adjust the size. So once your PowerPoint has been imported into Captivate, your screen should look something like this. Over here on the left-hand side, you can see a film strip. From here you can select which slide you want to work on. Because this is so similar to PowerPoint, new users might wonder what the benefit is of importing this project into Adobe Captivate. Captivate gives you the option to add some features that you wouldn't be able to do in PowerPoint. For example, you can add a rollover image or slidelet by clicking this button here. So when I click on that, it's going to give me the option to select a photo or image, and I'm going to choose one that I already have saved on my desktop. Captivate will insert the photo into my first slide, which I had selected when I chose the rollover image. When I play my project back, which I'm going to do with this preview button up here on the top toolbar, you can see that when I roll the mouse over this center area, the rollover image will appear. I had typed roll mouse here when I made this PowerPoint presentation because I knew I wanted to insert a rollover image. But if I hadn't put that in there, I could have put a text box in using Captivate that had the same text. While I'm in my preview mode, I can use these controls to advance my slides. And then I can click down here when I'm ready to exit and go back to Captivate. So another feature that Captivate has, which you wouldn't be able to do in PowerPoint, would be to insert a click box. I would choose this tool right here, find an area on my slide that I want to be clickable, and then I can type text in each of these boxes that will appear depending on whether the user gets the click prompt correct or not. I'm going to insert a text box somewhere on the slide that's going to prompt the user to click somewhere within this slide. So the text box is going to appear on my slide, and I'm going to type a prompt for the user in this text box. Whatever I type in the success box will appear if the user gets the click prompt correct. If I want to expand my presentation, I can insert more slides. Captivate has several templates that I can decide to use, or I can choose a blank slide. Captivate also has the option to create interactive quizzes within your presentation. I can choose question slide, random question slide, or pre-test question slide. I'm going to choose question slide. This gives me several different options. I can choose multiple choice, true or false, fill in the blank, short answer, several other options that you can see here. I'm going to choose true or false. Captivate will make both a question and an answer slide that it will insert into my presentation. I can put these anywhere within my presentation. I could choose to put them in the middle of the presentation, or I can choose to have them at the end. On the question slide, I can edit many of the features on the slide. Each of these buttons can be edited. The answer slide will show the user how well they did on the quiz. I could add more question slides by going to Insert and choosing Question Slide. And I get the same dialog box that I got when I initially created my quiz. This time I'm going to choose Multiple Choice. So now when I choose Preview, I can see how my quiz is going to look. If I click in the wrong place on this slide, the failure text will appear, and when I roll my mouse over the correct spot, the hint text appears. Adobe has described Captivate as being a tool that is designed to be used with learning content management systems. But the way that Captivate works, it's very similar to a content management system in and of itself. It reminds me a little bit in some ways of Madcap Flare or a little bit of InDesign. When you import a PowerPoint presentation or other objects into Captivate, it does not embed the objects, it links to them, and so this keeps the file size down. Captivate has certain elements where it makes it easy to have an overview of all of the content that is within a single project. For example, over here on the right-hand side, you can see right now displayed is the Properties Inspector. These tabs are called inspectors. The Properties Inspector enables you to look at individual objects within the project, and you can edit them or examine what kinds of properties each element features. You can also look here in the Library tab. It's got a list of every item that's being used in this project. Then over here, in the quiz properties, we can see all of the different elements of our quiz slides. Project info is just going to give us a little bit more information about some of the properties of the project. Now notice over here on the film strip, if I wanted to rearrange my project, this works exactly the same way as in PowerPoint, where I can just grab a slide and drag it. I don't think you can see in the presentation that my cursor turns into a little hand when I do that. There are some other features clear over here on the far right hand side that I haven't gone over. Just really quick, I'll touch on the mouse path. If I click on this, it's going to insert this blue line on my slide that's kind of showing the path that the mouse took from where it kind of has a default click box that it gave me here in the center. So that's one option, and there's also things like insert a highlight box, insert a zoom area to zoom in and out, and of course smart shapes. So a lot of the same kinds of tools that you would expect to see in similar programs to this one. Along the top, of course, we can also always insert voiceover here with the microphone icon, or we can just add background audio if we had a pre-recorded sound that we wanted to add to it. This makes it easy to publish it to YouTube. This makes it easy to collaborate. These are all just kind of the same types of things that you've probably seen in a lot of very similar programs to this one. This icon is to publish your project. This gives you a lot of different options for how you want to publish it. You can upload it to an FTP, you can email it. Media is going to give you the option to save it in different formats. Some of the other options that you can choose, if you go up to Insert, You can, as we already talked about, you can insert another question slide when you're making a quiz. You can also insert single PowerPoint slides. There are several other things that you can choose to do. Images, animations that you want to put in from other programs. Also the slide transitions are ways to make the slide effects more interesting when it changes from one slide to the next. You can also insert video up here. This gives you a brief overview of some of the features you can use when making a presentation in Adobe Captivate. Captivate also has the ability to create interactive software simulations and video demos, along with several other options. The software simulations and videos in Captivate have a lot of the same interactive capabilities as in the presentations that I was just showing you. You can insert click boxes, you can insert quizzes within your videos or your software simulations. The click boxes in the software simulations are especially nice because it gives the user the experience of actually using the software for themselves. Additionally, with the videos and the software simulations, Captivate gives you the ability to edit individual slides within the movie files in a program like Photoshop. If there's something in your frame that you want to remove or edit, Captivate gives you this capability. Adobe Captivate is kind of a one-stop shopping resource. It gives you so many capabilities that I could talk about it easily for a couple of hours. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and have fun playing!